Okay, traders, Bitcoin breaking the range, going to 60k. Now, well, congratulations to all the hodlers, everybody who's been in the crypto space for a very long time. BTC coming from 6,000 zones at 60k these days, guys. It's at a fucking 10x, guys. Well, congratulations to everybody involved in the space since past 3 years. But guys, let's talk about some short-term price action right here, as I do feel that the strength behind this current move all the way to 60,000 was not really that convincing, as I would like to say, guys. This is happening in the weekend. I mean, not a lot of major chunk of liquidity is flowing into the market during the weekend. Now, guys, tables could have turned. Most likely all the institutions would have been buying the price action at the weekend. But guys, I do think that most of the price action which happens during the weekend is not real, is unreal, guys. It's actually a very bad way to just narrate the story off of your faces right now. But guys, just remember that most of the major players are not playing the trading game during the weekend. So guys, it is Saturday. Let's jump onto some charts right off, guys. All right. Okay, I had to jump onto this chart later on, but before that, let me just simply check out this one, guys. This is a clear break above the previous all-time high, as we did have some volume confirmation as well, guys. We did have some RSI breakout above the 60 as well. The RSI did squeeze to the upside. Now this squeeze resolved to the upside as well. Did we meet the target for this one, as this one was pointing towards the 60k zones perfectly to the T, guys? We have met the target to the T. So what can happen right now, guys? Remember, we broke the range during the weekend, guys. We can simply trend on these price points right here. We can go and excuse me, we could just simply go to 60,500 zones back again, test these price points again. But I do think that is going to be very, very difficult during the weekend times to constantly break above the 60k zone. So guys, I do not think there's going to be much FOMO during the weekends. If you have missed out on this move right here, guys, you should just calm the fuck down, relax, because most likely as the CME is open in the next week, prices will come down and at least test these supports. Now, why do I say these things with conviction? I do have a lot of evidence behind this, guys. Let's just simply jump on to the first part of evidence right here. Now, this website is called Exo Charts. You can determine the bid and ask profiles as to what the price action means, and how and where are the bids and the asks in the market, and how can the price particularly react to it. So guys, this piece of price action is happening between 57,000 all the way to 60,500, the one which I just spoke of right now. And guys, look at this right here. We do not have anything. We do not have absolutely anything between 57,000 to 59,300. Guys, there is a simple vortex channel. It's hollow. The price action is completely hollow between those points. Now guys, this means two things. This means that the price has left the point of return, guys. Now the price will never return back to the 59,000, guys. I doubt. Prices will certainly come back to 59. Not certainly a bad way to portray these things, but guys, it is highly likely that the price will come back down to 57,000, as this price action has happened during the weekend. We can certainly expect some price action dip back below the 57,000 ranges again. Could happen, could not happen. If we simply trend to the upside, we leave the 60k zones for good, we constantly engulf bullish on the 4-hour time frame, guys, then we can simply talk about some further price action moves to 75k as well in the weekend. But just be aware, if you do lose out on 59,400 zones, guys, there is not much support or resistance right here. We can simply slip back down to 55. Could happen, all right. Weekend fuckery just could happen, guys. Now this is one of the evidences that I have. Now the second evidence is the Deribit funding rate, guys. Check this out. Funding rate for long positions. Basically, you're paying 0.18% of the entire position to long in the market, guys. If, for example, if the bigger players are having $1 million worth of position in a contract position, in a BTC perpetual long position, you are paying $18,000 per 8 hours to hold that position, guys. Now don't get me wrong, you can simply go ahead with the delta neutral trading and short some futures and get, well, balance out the situation right here. But guys, I do feel that this particular funding rate right here is gonna cause a lot of trouble. So guys, look, we can simply constantly trend to the upside. We can break above these price points right here on some higher time frames like 4-hour closure, and we can simply start going to the upside. But more evidences to the fact that this price action right here is kind of hollow as of now. Does that mean I'm bearish in the short term? You could argue that. You can also develop a lot of bearish cases for the time being. Now guys, I don't have much comments on this one, as we can simply have a trade right here. We can have a short position trade right here, and we can simply place our stop losses, and we can aim for this price point as a retest of this diagonal trending support once again. But guys, if we do break below this price point right here, this is going to be a swing failure right in front of you, and we can come down and test these price points. At least the 200 simple on the 1 hour time frame at 53,000. And guys, more bearish targets are going to be down below at the 200 simple at 4-hour time frame. Now, why do you think I'm bearish now? Why am I bearish right now? We just engulfed bullish. We just closed above the all-time highs right here, guys. History, the fucking history. All right, let me just talk about this piece of price action right here. You did dip massively. You did close above this price point right here. What happened? You fucked off back below. This was happening in the weekend, I guess, and you were just simply constantly downtrending until you tested this price point right here at the moving average, guys. Every single time you dip, you go up, you get rejected. You dip, you go up, you get rejected, guys. Here as well, you dip, you go up, you get rejected like a little bitch right here. Come and test these price points right here. And guys, this is what Bitcoin does. And most of the exuberance in the market right now is just crazy. Everybody is just wanting Bitcoin to go to 100k tomorrow, today. Like, I mean, it's just mad. It's just completely mad. So let's just wait and watch. Let's just watch some price action formulations to take place. Now, if we are constantly printing some green candles on 4-hour time frame, that means that this thesis is completely invalidated. But guys, I feel that this piece of price action will be coming back, retesting the price points right here. If they don't, I'll be certainly wrong, and I'll be posting a video tomorrow apologizing to everybody. Like, I was wrong. Everybody can be wrong as a trader. But guys, if history has to repeat in the extreme small time frames as well, this will come down and test the 21 simple at least, guys, which is aligning with this diagonal trending support right here. Guys, let's jump on to Ethereum. Ethereum certainly getting reaccumulated in the 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame. Ethereum looking more bullish than BTC, guys. It has not broken above the range. It does not have much sell side liquidity as well, as this bullish divergence is just continuing to the upside, guys. I do think that, well, the $1,900 levels are tested. I was targeting for a $1,900 levels ever since we just simply rejected anything below the $1,450 regions, guys. You got reaccumulated in $450, and I was targeting the $1,900. If you have been watching the channel ever since those times, guys, hit that like, go for subscribe, share these videos as you keep on spreading the word. More and more sophisticated traders will develop in this community, and I think we are doing a very good job in formulating a community right here, guys. This is pretty exciting times. BTC has a lot to go to the upside, but in the short time frames, there is certainly a lot of fuckery which can happen, guys. All right, Ethereum price action certainly looking good. I think the better part of the trade was had right here as soon as we broke above this grind right here with this bullish engulf candle. Not exactly after the breakout, but guys, the 1-hour time frame suggested that you do have a good looking trade in hands, as we did start to challenge these price points right here, and Bitcoin was breaking above that point. So guys, this was one of the most obvious trades of all time, and this was a 5% move to the upside, guys. If you're a trader, you would have certainly enjoyed this trade. If you have been trading ever since this range breakout right here, you would have been enjoying this right here. But guys, I think it is time to take some profits from the market. I do think if we do come back to $2,000 levels, we could simply peak 5 or 4% above this price point right here, but we will revert to the mean back again, guys, as I do think that there is a lot of sell pressure brewing up in the market as we are testing the all-time highs back again, guys. All the time when we break the all-time highs, we do consolidate for a while. Now, it would really kind of surprise me if we continue to the upside from 60k levels and head on to 100k, guys. That would mean that market is extremely fucking bullish. You cannot be a fucking bear even for an hour, or even for a day, even for a half a day. But guys, I do feel in the short time frames we have some room to the downside. We can come and retest these levels right here. And guys, why is Ethereum still looking more bullish than BTC is because the Ethereum BTC pair is certainly looking for some sort of reversal price action right here. Now guys, just remember from the previous videos, I had drawn a lot of Fibonacci areas of interest on this one, and we did retest this price point right here, guys. Let me just draw those Fibonacci levels again. As I was talking about some of the key areas of interest of profit taking, I was talking about how this could act as a resistance right here. We never made our way to the 382, but guys, we did fell short of it, and we are coming to backtest the 3 million Satoshi regions again. Now, you do lose these levels again, you are going to be bleeding back again, guys. That would mean that BTC dominance is going to certainly pick up, and looks to me like BTC will pick up to the upside if Ethereum BTC breaks down. Guys, Ethereum BTC has to pick up from this price point right here, and BTC has to go sideways. Now, who the fuck am I to say all of these things? Like I like as if I control the market. But guys, there are certain inflection points in the market, and this one looks like one of them. Now you do have some support confluences on ETH BTC. I do expect this one to get picked up, at least get consolidated in these price points for a day or so. Then if we do break below this point, we can talk about some bearish targets on Ethereum BTC all the way at 2.5 million satoshis, and we can talk about some extremely bullish targets on BTC USD all the way at 75k, guys. Until that price point, I think that this trade could potentially turn out to be one of the good looking trades. And guys, let's see what happens now. I do not have any crystal ball shit right here, but I think most of the factors are laying towards a little bearish kind of price action for the follow up in the Saturday night. So guys, I hope you have hit that bell button. I hope you are constantly looking at these videos and getting a good insights of these markets. Guys, let me just go ahead with one more confess on, which is I did post a trade yesterday on Twitter. Guys, this is why the risk management is quite necessary on these price points, as I was looking to short BTC at this price point, and I was putting my stop losses right here, and I was targeting all the way at 50k, 450k, which was aligning with the 4R 200 simple, I guess, guys. Yeah, it was somewhere around here. I was targeting a move to these price points right here, guys. Now this is why the stop loss was so tight. Now ever since we just simply broke above this price point right here, you saw the liquidity flowing into the market like madness, and we just simply bullishly engulfed. So guys, it is better to cut the losses, and I do admit a trader cannot be right all the time. You will be having losses, you will be having profits. Now that is the thing. Now this is the game, guys. Now most of the times you have to, your overall net picture, the overall net gains and losses is supposed to be in positive as a long-term trader. Now guys, you cannot be right every single time in the market, and if you're wrong, this is what happens, right? So that's why you manage your risk. That's why you keep your stop losses below some at some key inflection points. This one being the all-time high, so yeah, it was pretty obvious. If we break past it, it's going to be a massive move right here. But I think that we're going to be coming back and retesting the 58k. As I talked about the bid-ask profile, it's not really strong right here. Watch for the price action formulation happening in the next coming hours as well. And guys, this is going to be a very interesting weekend, and I do think we'll be looking at some crazy fuckery in the market. So it means that good times for altcoins, not really good time for BTC. Okay. That's a lot of ramble for this video, guys. I hope you had fun. I hope you liked this video, guys. Go ahead and hit that like, go for the subscribe as well, share this video as much as you can, and guys, I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow in the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.